more for the technique. All right, so my partner is going in, and as he goes in, I want to make sure that I lower my weight. My knees are bent, my back is straight. If I'm leaning forward, I'm going to go for a ride. All right, true Uchimata is done with one leg going on the inside. So when you finish the technique, you're leaning forward. But this time, what I want is my partner to still be somewhat upright. So he goes into the attack. I lower my level, and I'm prepared for what's happening next. As soon as that happens, my left hand goes deep around his leg. I'm going to go elbow deep. My right hand controls his tricep. And what I want to aim for is start pulling his head in this direction. I want to spin him out in front of me. If I go in this direction, then eventually I'm going to end up getting tossed. I'm going to get thrown with Uchimata. What I want to be able to do is get him to go in the opposite direction. So he goes in, I'm prepared, I lower my level, I bend my knees, and what I want to start doing is start pulling his shoulder down towards the ground. The leg that he's hooking is the leg that I'm going to raise up, and I'm going to start hopping around in that circle, and I start pulling until he gets down to the ground. So he goes in, I recognize that's happening, I lower my level, I trap, and now I'm going to start pulling him around in full motion. All right, so I start pulling, the leg comes up, 1, 2, and now I'll end up in the top position. Lower my level, and now I'm going to start pulling around. And I raise my leg in the process. Just remember, if you're bent over, it's no good. You got to be careful, because what will happen is that if you start hopping in the wrong direction, you have to hop with a purpose. Be willing to hop in front. Hold my partner in front. I'm raising my leg, raising my leg, raising my leg. And I'm landing right on top. Cover the space. As long as you're pulling onto that sleeve, that left sleeve, what's going to happen is it makes it very difficult for him to rotate to finish the technique. So make sure everything's nice and tight when you're doing it. Full motion. The next technique that we're going to be working on is dealing with the technique of Harai Goshi. Harai Goshi is a technique that's similar to Uchimata, but instead of being on the inside, we're going to be on the outside. So, Harai Goshi. Harai Goshi, I take my step onto the inside. I'm going to make that triangle step. I back step, and I'm going to break my partner's balance, and I finish. Now, when I finish, I'm leaning forward. So, that's going to be the action that's going to be necessary for me to finish, for my opponent to finish the technique. But for this particular one, we're dealing with a technique where I'm going to catch him in the process of trying to finish the Harai Goshi, and I'm going to freeze him, and then we're going to take out that supporting leg. So, I'm going to have control. I have my basic grips, whatever is there that's available for me, and now he starts going in for his Harai Goshi. As soon as we recognize he's going for his Harai Goshi, I want to lower my face. I want to make sure I'm in position. As soon as that happens, I want to start reaching between his legs. All right? And I want to start picking up. All right? When I start picking up, I want to start taking out that back leg. So I'm aware of what's happening. This time, I lift up. And now as I'm lifting up, I'm taking out that back leg. So it comes up. And I'll be throwing him in this direction. He comes up, and I This will prevent him from connecting his hips towards mine. I see that leg is coming up across. Now I pull nice and tight. As that's happening, I'm going to start pulling him forward, and I'll make sure I control his center of gravity. So everything is nice and tight towards me. And as it happens, I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to take out that supporting leg. You're going to find yourself having a hard time reaching for that leg. But just remember, try your best not to lean over. You lean over, that's when the technique actually is fully executed by your opponent. So, one more time. He goes in. I see that technique is going to happen. And now, all I'm going to do is I lift up. I put my hips into it, and I lift up, and I control. When doing some of these techniques, these high amplitude techniques, it's great to work on a crash pad. So this way, you don't slam your partner into the ground. You hurt your partner, they're not going to want to work with you again. So you want to be able to hit these techniques at a good rate on a safe partner, on safe parameters. All right, guys? So, one more time. He goes in for the technique. I lower my level. And now, I start taking the steps. And now, I lift. And I control. All right, full motion.